Good morning, KU. I'm Josh Kurlak.
And I'm Vanessa Asmussen, and welcome back to this Thursday's edition of Good Morning KU.
We've got an interesting show. Had a lot of diverse, kind of not very traditional topics to touch on here in the first segment.
Lots going on that's interesting.
To start out, obviously, the student elections, student senate elections have been a little bit of a mess in just terms of, we still don't know any kind of results from the elections. I'm under the understanding, I was reading some reports by the UDK that a appeals court hearing was held yesterday at 3 p.m. Initially, it was an open public event, open to the public.
Right.
They postponed it, and the second event was closed to the public, which, I mean, and I'm not going to get into all the logistics and all the laws that are surrounding why it can be closed and why it can be open, but it just, to me, I feel like it should have probably been open.
It has. I feel like it's prolonged the process, and people are kind of just waiting to find out. And we thought we were going to know a couple weeks ago. I think they're saying we'll know by Friday, tomorrow.
Well, I hope we do, because I'm sure everybody involved is frustrated.
Right. And I just kind of want it to be over.
Right. I just want to know.
There's just a lot of drama
at
going
this
on
point
around
right
it,
now.
and
Yeah.
it would be nice for it to kind of be over and settled.
So hopefully that all gets sorted out. We know who our Student Senate members will be shortly.
Finally, yep.
So switching to something that college students are also interested in and maybe addicted to is McDonald's.
Right.
And I'm under the understanding that something is changing.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Ronald McDonald has gotten a makeover. And he has a new outfit. He has a new look, as you can see right there.
Nice.
He looks kind of classy. Before he was just in a jumpsuit, but now he has a jacket, and he still is looking a little creepy to me.
Right, and I was being very sarcastic when I said he looks nice. I feel for McDonald's, a mascot, great, fine, sure. Your food is doing the work itself. I don't really feel like a mascot is necessary, but
right. Well, and they were wanting to get rid of him, actually, is what I heard, and then they decided, instead of getting rid of him, let's just change him up a little bit. I think it's a marketing thing. I think they didn't actually want him targeting children, is what I heard.
Oh, goodness. I'm pretty sure whatever McDonald's does to that mascot man, whatever he is not going to be positive for them.
Right. It's definitely interesting, and I think people are noticing it, and I think that's kind of what they wanted.
It could be a publicity stunt. Good point there.
Right.
So, now, switching to something that college students are also maybe addicted to, cigarettes and e-cigs, and I understand there's a new development going on nationwide with e-cigs.
Right. The government proposed today, actually, that they were wanting to ban selling e-cigs to minors. So
good for them. I think the whole concept behind e-cigs to me is a little...
It's kind of a sketchy thing if you think about it.
It's interesting. I find it, to me, I feel like the people who use them are almost, you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, you think it's a healthier way, but I mean, you just don't have to do them.
Each to their own. It's a good step in the right direction, though.
Right.
For the regulation.
I don't know how much it'll affect college students here. I feel like most people here are probably over 18, and it won't affect them much, but it's definitely a step in this direction that they're wanting them to get FDA approved. They aren't even FDA approved yet, but they're just trying to get it.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Right.
And
it's a work in progress, I hear.
So those are your wide array of the news this morning. Hope we didn't lose you, but that's all the time we have for now, and we'll be right back after a short break with a special guest.
What do you mean? What do you mean my mocha's not here? I'm Ben Allen, seriously. Where? What about here? Is that better? Oh, now my arm's disappearing. Obviously, this is even worse. Oh, I look good. I look real good. Make sure you tune in on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. to listen to me and a bunch of other sports guys tell you what you've missed and give you a little bit of an inside perspective on some of the athletes and basically what we're thinking. Make sure you tweet at us at 3InKey on Twitter. I don't know where else you would tweet at us, but you should do that because I'm lonely and I need friends. Please follow me, Ben Allen Sports. It'll make your day better. Probably not. It'll make mine better though.
welcome back. I'm Josh Krolak, once again here with a special guest, Jen Engels. Jen, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
And I promise before we get started, we did not color coordinate, but it just so happened to be this way. And there's a lot of parallels that you could draw here. We both went to St. Thomas Aquinas, so reuniting here at KU, but we'll just get right into it. Well, first off, you're not at the Drake Relays, right? And so you answered this off air, but what's the reasoning behind that?
Our coach is kind of giving distance a little bit of a break because back-to-back races each weekend kind of gets the legs feeling a little dead.
Understandable.
So, yeah, a weekend off will be nice.
So we'll give you a free pass on that one then. But going back to the Kansas Relays in which you ran, I looked up, you ran a personal record, correct? In the 5,000.
Yeah.
And so for people who aren't familiar with track, the 5,000 meters is how many miles?
It's 3.1 miles.
Okay, so that's pretty, I mean, you're moving along there. I thought it was interesting, a personal record at the inaugural meet at Rock Chalk Park. Was there any extra motivation in terms of you competing in front of your friends and family and at a brand new track?
Yeah, definitely. I was really excited to compete at the new track because I hadn't seen it yet or run on it, so that was really exciting. And I had a lot of friends and family come back, and my high school coach and high school teammates, so that was cool.
Did he give you any pointers, your high school coach?
No, he just kind of came up to me before and said good luck, but that was enough motivation to see him there.
I'm sure you've heard enough from him in your 4 years in high school as well, so you could have translated that to the college game.
Yeah,
but just a few meets left in the regular season of the track season. What are your personal goals for these last few weeks?
As far as personal goals, just like continually improving, and helping my teammates improve and scoring points so our team can do well as a whole.
Very selfless approach there. I like it. And so I have to ask, and I'm not very familiar with the women's track team, but I do have to ask, because it's amazing to me to have an Olympic athlete here at KU. So for someone who sees her every day or is around her every day, what's it like to be on the same team or at the same school with such a decorated Olympic athlete?
It's awesome. It's something you never really get used to seeing, but it's really cool, and it's actually really motivational to see someone who's just so good every day and realize that you're competing with her.
I'm
pretty
jealous,
cool.
to say the least. I'm sure a lot of other people are as well. So one final question before we let you go here. You're just a freshman, so not too far removed from the high school ranks. For any high school track athletes or cross-country athletes, for that matter, who may aspire to one day compete at the Division I level, what advice would you give to those runners?
To just continually work hard and stay disciplined. I never thought I'd be here a couple of years ago, but I just continue to work hard and got here somehow.
So anything can happen, and then with hard work, you can find yourself at a Division I school. So, well, Jen, thank you for coming on. That's all the time we have for now, and we will be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Here's your Good Morning KU News. The drama of the Student Senate election continues. The appeals panel met yesterday but denied access to both the media and the public. At this time, no one outside the board knows if or what decision has been made. According to the University Daily Kansan, the chair of the appeals panel said that a decision will come in writing through the judicial board. He did not say when.
3 Americans, including a doctor, were shot and killed this morning in Kabul, Afghanistan, by a rogue cop at a children's hospital. This marks the second time this month that an Afghan security force member has turned on foreign civilians.
The Food and Drug Administration is taking steps to regulate electronic cigarettes. Rules are being written to ban the sale of these battery-powered devices to minors and require warning labels. The FDA is also extending its reach to govern cigars, pipe tobacco, hookahs, and dissolvable tobacco products.
A former Kentucky postal worker, Brent Morris, was sentenced to 6 months in federal prison for destroying, hiding, and delaying the delivery of at least 44,900 pieces of mail. He stored this undelivered mail at his deceased mother's home and at a storage facility. Morris was not charged with the stealing, but he was ordered to pay nearly $15,000 in restitution. The USPS has since delivered the recovered mail.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned the Ukraine that there will be consequences if their new government uses its army against its own people. Reports say this warning came after a few people were killed in Kiev as an operation to clear pro-Russian influences in eastern Ukraine. Putin used this incident to prove that Russia's decision to annex Crimea was the correct one.
In sports news, the New York Yankees pitcher Michael Pineda was ejected from last night's game against the Boston Red Sox for having pine tar smeared on the right side of his neck. Red Sox manager John Farrell prompted the umpires to investigate the substance after noticing it from the dugout. Pineda admitted that he applied the pine tar after the second inning, saying he was having trouble gripping the ball in the cold and didn't want to hit any batters. The Yankees expect the Major League Baseball to suspend Pineda for as many as 10 games.
That's it for your news. We'll be right back with your weather.
Good morning, I'm Riley and I'm here with your KU sports update. The Royals fell 5-3 yesterday to the Cleveland Indians. Jason Kipnis drove in Nick Swisher on a two-out double yesterday to end the game in the 7th inning. The Royals dropped to 10-10 and their next game will be today at 11 a.m. against Cleveland again. In the NBA playoffs last night, the Portland Trail Blazers defeated the Houston Rockets by a score of 112-105. Portland now leads the series 2-0. The Mavericks and the Heat also clinched victories against the Spurs and the Bobcats last night. The Mavericks now the Mavericks have tied the series at 1-1, and the Heat are 2-0 in their series against the Bobcats. In football news, the NFL has released their full schedule yesterday. A couple of interesting early season matchups for the Chiefs include a Week 2 matchup at Mile High Stadium in Denver against the Broncos, and a Week 4 matchup on Monday Night Football against the New England Patriots. That's all I've got for the sports today, and I think we've got Lainey out here with the weather. Lainey, has it stopped raining yet?
No, it's actually raining a little bit again, but hopefully it's going to warm up later today.
Well, that's good. How's the weather looking for the weekend?
It's supposed to be sunny Friday and Saturday, and then a little bit more rain on Sunday.
So it's going to be pretty rainy all day today?
Looks like it, but hopefully we'll get some warm weather.
Well, hopefully it doesn't rain too much today. That's all we've got for Good Morning KU today. Thanks for watching.